Welcome back to Cafecito con Fuego, where real conversations are inspiration and transformation. I'm the host, Carla. Today we have a special guest that is an example of inspiration, resilience, faith, leadership, and perseverance. So before we start, get your cafecito, get comfortable for this powerful conversation. So before we start, I want the audience to know who is this powerful woman behind these achievements. So tell us who you are and what story brought you in here for today.
Okay, well, thank you. Well, first, I want to say thank you so much for having me here today. Yes. We can express ourselves to make it, to be able to empower other women that maybe in their life they think that certain things are not possible. So that's what I'm here for. So thank you so much again, Carla, for inviting me here to your podcast.
So tell us about how your career starts with these achievements.
Yes, so a little bit about my background. So I actually did dentistry for 20 years. My journey started back in middle school.
Wow.
So since I was in middle school, I remember I've always wanted to pursue something with medical. And
in the medical field.
Yeah. I was looking more like nursing and more in the nursing. And I was thinking more like nursing, like taking care of the little babies when they're born. That was kind of like what I had in mind. So I remember in school how they ask you like, oh, what career do you want to pursue?
Yeah, they start preparing you for what you want before you get out.
Yes. So I feel like I've always, of course, when we're little kids, like elementary is like, I want to be a teacher. I want to be a firefighter. Like, no.
Yeah.
But middle school, that's when I kind of just opened my eyes a little bit more, and I was open into wanting to do nursing or something related to medical. So since middle school, I started advanced classes, preparing me for my future career.
Wow. So
I went to middle school, then high school, took those classes as well. And you know, that's kind of like where everything started. So we
already had like a vision already what you wanted to do and everything in middle school.
Yes, I believe that since I was in middle school, I've always it's not like we always know what we want, right?
Yeah.
But when it comes to my career or what I wanted, I know that I like helping. I really like babies, so I wanted to really be able to help babies deliver. I think it was just cute, and that's why I wanted to pursue medical.
Yes.
But I started in middle school, high school. I did advanced classes for medical, and so we always had like a group of students that were in that program. So I grew up since middle school to all the way to my high school
with those same groups.
With the same group
until your career.
Yeah. So it was like, I guess you could say like the smart kids.
The bad, the smarty bad.
Yes. Just a little like a side note. My husband and I now we actually went to the same high school, but we never even met in high school. Because I was in the smart classes.
Oh,
he was in with the not the good classes, in a different crowd. But yes, so that's where my career started. But I actually did get pregnant during my high school.
At what age did you get pregnant?
I got pregnant at 16.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I got pregnant at 16. I had her at 17. I believe that. When I found out I was pregnant, if I could be honest with you.
Yes, be honest.
I said it was planned. But I mean, really, a 16-year-old planning a pregnancy, really. So, but yes, it was talked through, like, okay, we're ready for this. So we decided to, get pregnant at 16. I had her when I was 17. Obviously, we were not ready to have a child, having a child, right? So had her, got pregnant at 16. My parents, when I did let my parents know that I was pregnant, it was not a good conversation. It was not. I actually ended up moving out to Nashville. I don't think I've ever shared this story with you. So I lived in Nashville, Tennessee for a couple months. I thought I was gonna just deliver my baby over there and just have her in Nashville and make my life there. Yes. I actually still continue going to high school over there.
So you moved to Nashville with your husband?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Yes. but I was still a minor. I
Uh-huh.
had my mother-in-law then. She had to sign up all my, my parents had to release me basically to her.
Yes.
That she had the rights to make the decisions for me and stuff like that. But so when I did move to Nashville, obviously my transition of my medical career,
Yes.
I mean, it was not the same. So whether it was regular classes that I took,
Oh, okay.
but I still pursued and wanted to finish high school with a diploma. I didn't want to get the, what is it called?
The GED.
GED, yes.
Yeah, the GED.
So I didn't want to eat. I know it's nothing bad having a GED,
Yeah.
but yes, myself, I wanted to still pursue. I didn't want to use my daughter.
Yes.
That's an excuse of why I didn't finish school. I wanted to use my daughter, if anything, to be able to inspire other women, or back then other girls, right? To, hey, you could still finish school by graduating still with a diploma, like, and that's what I did. I feel like I didn't let my pregnancy stop me for the goals that I had for my future. If anything, it actually kind of speed up my process a little bit faster,
Yeah.
because now I knew I had a responsibility.
So how did that go with going to school and then being a mom too and a wife? Because you didn't have that experience of being a wife now and then going to school and then your pregnancy. You know how we have changes of hormones and
Yes.
stuff. And how was that?
So I want to say it was an easy pregnancy. I think maybe because my body was young.
Okay.
So I feel like I
Yeah.
didn't have the morning sickness. I didn't have any of that stuff. But I did miss my family a lot out. They stayed back
Yeah.
home. My parents, my sister, my brothers. I've always been very attached. We're very close to each other.
Oh, okay.
So by me moving to Nashville, I feel like I was like alone. Even though I know I had my husband then and his side of the family.
Yeah.
But I still feel like something empty. So I actually had everything ready to go, because they do a lot of midwives over there.
okay.
So I was going to deliver at home, and they had everything
Wow.
ready.
Yeah.
Long story short, I just feel like I had to come back home. And I actually flew back to California a month before I gave birth.
Wow.
So I ended up having my daughter here in California.
Wow.
Yes, and I still pursue throughout all this, I
Yes.
still pursue and finish in high school back out here, back home. I ended up having my daughter here. I finished my high school here back home in California. And I'm actually Long Beach.
Oh, in Long
Yeah,
Beach.
from Long Beach,
okay.
yeah. So I went to Long Beach. I finished my career. I was going to school, but then at the same time, I was working a part-time job at Church's Chicken, because I needed to
Get that money.
get money, get
Yeah.
income, some sort
Nobody's
of
gonna
income.
pay your bills.
No.
You have a baby on the way, and
Yes. So I feel like, if anything, for me personally,
Yes.
it made me more responsible. Because I've known of women that have kids, or they're pregnant,
Yes.
and then they're like, that's it. Like, my life is over. Like, I can't do nothing, or you depend on the baby daddy. And for me, I've always been very independent. And I think because my parents always have been very hardworking parents, my mom and my dad, and they raised us very well. So I've always liked to be independent, and I don't like to depend even
a man.
on
And
men.
like the Latino community, like how are we from Latinos? We're used to that we have to depend on a man. If we're gonna have kids, the woman has to stay home and then depend on the man, and it doesn't work like that.
Yes. Yeah, no, with me, I became very, very independent. I mean, even before I had my daughter, I was already working like under the table, because I was 14 years old, pay me cash, But
But you were
legally,
hustling.
I always I just like to have money. But yeah, when I had my daughter, I was working at Church's Chicken part-time, and then I graduated, but then right away I was like, I cannot take breaks. Like, I need to go to, now it did switch a little bit, because I wanted to do nursing, but I know nursing was going to be more of a more
Career,
years.
yeah.
Like I think it's like 4 years.
Yeah, 4 years.
To go to college. And so there it did I had to make some adjustments. So I don't know if they still exist now, but I was looking at the penny saver.
Oh yeah, I remember. I used to look at
Back
that
in the
penny
days,
saver.
I used to
Jobs, classes, a lot of things.
So I just revealed my age. But yes, I was looking at a penny saver, and it tells you like those trade schools. And I remember there was a trade school named, it's named Concord. No, sorry, not Concord. Summit Career College. And it's like a quick course that you take and to get certified so you can get your license with the state. I was like, yeah, I could do 18 months. Like, this doesn't mean it's
short than
short, you know?
4 years. 4 years.
So I met with someone from the school, and I was going for a medical assistant.
Okay.
And when I was there, they actually told me about a new program that was starting for dental.
Oh, okay.
So back then I'm just focused on, hey, I just want to make money because I have to provide for my daughter.
Yes.
So I was like, which one pays better?
Yeah.
And they told me, well, if I could be honest with you, they're like dental, because dental it's growing and it's still medical related because everything's connected with the body, and there's more need of dental than there is for like nursing.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, I'll sign up for that, you know?
Yeah.
So I ended up signing up for the course. It was like an 18-month course. It was to get me ready to become a dental assistant.
Oh,
so it's not
okay.
necessarily a license that you walk out from, because they give you all the certificates and everything to get you ready to take your state board.
Oh, okay.
But you still need to do your part and still pass the state board.
Okay, yes.
To get a license, because that's California. If you want to do certain things, you need a license for everything, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So, and all the fees they charge and
Yeah.
stuff. So I finished my 18 months of my dental school. I graduated high school. We had our ceremony and everything. So I wanted to go, and I didn't want to like take breaks, because sometimes they say, I'm gonna take like a break and then I'll see what I want to do. Like, that's probably like, and this is to anyone, okay? If you're pregnant or not pregnant, like,
Here.
I think, like, I truly believe that you already have that going, you know, like, don't stop that momentum, because once you give yourself that break, you're not gonna get into any career, or it's gonna be just harder to get back into the routine.
Or you're gonna stay with, I'm gonna take more time.
Yes, because I've known of many people personally that they say, oh yeah, I'm gonna take a little break, maybe a year or two, and then up to right now it's been over 5 years and they still have no career, working at warehouses. Nothing wrong with working at warehouses and stuff, right? A job is a job.
Yes.
But it's like, if you want to pursue a career, like, don't give yourself that break. Just continue, because you already have the momentum going from your high school.
Yeah.
Everything's so fresh.
And that rhythm,
you know?
of doing this and that.
So why give yourself that break? It's not like you're gonna, when you're in college or trade schools.
Yes.
It's different. You kind of manage your schedule a little bit. It's not like a regular high school or middle school where certain hours for sure. And a lot of things nowadays, a lot is online too. Mm-hmm. So I want to say, don't give yourself that break. Continue going and really start thinking about, okay, for the future, what career you want to do. I believe that sometimes we want a certain career, but then we end up with something completely different, which is okay. It happens. But if you can have a connection maybe of someone that can plug you in on the career that you're potentially looking for, I think that's a good, it's good for you to get, like, maybe shadow someone, shadow someone to see if that's something that you want to proceed, because the last thing you want to do is go into this full career and then, which I know some of those people too, they go into a career and then they don't even pursue it. That's the best advice that we can give you guys. So you were saying after the 18 months, when I was done with my course, I booked my test right away. It was a board test. So you have to do a practical, meaning it's hands-on.
Oh, okay.
So you have to get like a type-it-on, like a fake person, and do certain feelings and certain things like that. And then another test with questions and answers. So there's two different tests and you need to pass both to be able to get you the license, which back then I was going for the RDA license, which is a registered dental assistant. Oh, okay. So again, I didn't waste time. I took my test right away, became an RDA.
Do you think it was hard back then, or it's more easier? Because today the test that they have today, it's like probably 100 or over 100 questions, and there's more things that they limit on the test.
So it's actually easier now because
easier?
because
Okay.
after COVID, a lot of things changed.
Oh, okay.
So they don't have to do a practical anymore. It's only the
Okay.
written.
Okay.
So I was like, really? Like, now you have just the written? Because
Yes.
me personally, when I took my test, the first one, my practical, the hands-on, I did not pass it the first time. I passed it the second time. Now my written test, I passed it at the seventh time.
Hey, at least you passed it.
But that goes back to everything's on the mindset. And when you're like, hey, I'm going to get it done, no matter how many times this takes me, you get it done. Or I could have been the victim, right? And I could be like, what? Like, I don't need this. Like, it's not for me, right? I already took the test 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5. And keep in mind, every time I'm taking the test, I'm having to pay the state. I think back then
the
was
fee,
like,
right?
I think it's like $100 or something like that. So, but I knew what I wanted, and I knew that I was going to get it. I didn't think it was going to take me this long, 7 times, but I was persistent, and I did it. Be very persistent. On okay, I'm going to do it no matter what. A lot of people, too, they don't pass a test, then they want to take a couple ones off. No, do it. Schedule it right away because everything is fresh.
Yes.
The same company for 17 years.
Wow.
So throughout my dental career, the first 17 years, I've always wanted to do more. I've always wanted to learn more and expand on, okay, what's next? Can I get a higher license now? So I was blessed and lucky enough to be working with the great leaders, great doctors, managers, regionals. I believe that when even if you don't have it now, like you need to call it out to the universe, to God, whoever you believe in or whatever you believe in.
Yes.
But I'm a big believer, and
Yes,
I believe that if you ask, like really, like God, what you really want, like, and you're doing your part too.
Yes.
Like it's gonna come to you. So the right people will be put in front of you. The right opportunities will be put up in front of you. But it's up to you to take advantage of it, either in a good way or in a bad way. And I decided to take advantage in the good way. So
there's people that say we pray and we're like, please God, crying and please do me a miracle.
Right.
But what do we do towards the miracle that we want?
Right.
So we can't just let God do his thing.
Right.
We have to make that step, and so God could see where we stand in that transition that we want to do, right?
Yeah. And that's why I believe that the right people were put in my dental career path to become the best version of myself. There was things that I didn't like, but I still accepted it because I knew that was part of my growth. Now, years after I became an RDAEF, then I was running I was running an office. I was running one dental office where it was a pretty big office with the same company that I originally started. And in that office, I was you call it like the lead. We used to call it lead. So basically managing the office. The office I had. Back then I think it was like 8 assistants, but I decided to again, I'm always about growth, right? I don't like to stay still. And keep in mind, I have my daughter, okay? My daughter's watching me grow. Yes, I am working. Yes, I at one point, yes, I was living paycheck to paycheck. I believe, like, because I cannot forget where I came from. I do remember, like, when I had my daughter, it wasn't easy. So now you might be like, okay, she's telling me her nice story, like, and she took her test 7 times and she became an RDA. And then, well, now I'm an EF as well, right? Which is registered dental assistant with extended functions. But it was a process. It was a lot of bumpy roads through my career. It
wasn't just only good things.
No.
You had to pass through bad things,
So
right?
even if I could backtrack, when I first started, because again, we need to know how we got there too. And I believe, like, after I had my daughter and I was already going into dental school, like, I lived paycheck to paycheck. I didn't have a car. I used to take the bus to go to my to take my daughter to her doctor's appointments. Like, I just got, like, help, like even weak and things like that. And I'm not ashamed of saying it because I believe we all start somewhere. But it's up to us to make that change as well. But my first check, because by then I already had a car, because I was driving. So I got hired after my externship.
Oh, okay.
After I did my externship hours, I was like, are you guys hiring? I need a job, I need to provide, like I want to work, I love what I do. And the only office that they had at that point was in Anaheim Hills. So I had to commute over an hour to get to Anaheim Hills, because back then I used to live in Riverdale. So I was in Riverdale. So from Riverdale to Anaheim Hills was close to an hour. And I mean, now, it's like 3 hours with traffic, right? But back then it was like an hour. My first, that's the only office they were hiring. I was like, I'll take whatever, like I just need to work. So my first paycheck, I literally bought my first set of tires. Aww. That was my first paycheck. I still remember. You're making me like really go back on time. I'm like, wow. Yeah. But it's like when you.
But that's why I said in starting the podcast that's what you become. For me, I see you like a powerful woman because you passed through a lot of things, and I could feel like if I'm passing through it, because when you do something big like right now, it's not always, the white part.
Right.
There's little obstacles that you could say that it's going to go on your path, but that's when you have to jump them. You have to work for it and like that.
Yeah. Yeah, because with me, I could have, so many excuses, right? I could have been like, no, it's too far. Like, I want something closer. Como dicen, ponerse tus moños, ¿verdad? Like, is this way or the highway? That's it. Yeah. But no, I was flexible every way around. So I had my daughter that I need to provide for. So like, anyone that talks to her, she will tell you, hey, my mom, she's a workaholic, basically. But that led me to, then I was able to move closer to home, and because this company has, hundreds of offices. Obviously, as you get experience, you're able to kind of just transfer to other offices. So at that point, I was always like looking, like where something closer to another office that they were going to open and stuff like that. So I did get transferred closer home. That's when I became the lead at that office. I became across a great dentist that he actually sponsored me and helped me get my RDA-EF license.
That's awesome.
So because for that license, you need a physical doctor that's going to be there with you, numbing your patients, and they have to go there for the tests and things like that. So you have to have a doctor that's willing to help you out with that. So he helped me. So I was blessed. That's what I'm saying. I'm blessed just throughout my whole career of having the right people and at the right timing, which is, you could say, is like the highest license you can get when it comes to dentistry.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like, I relate to nursing. You have your nurse, your nursing assistant, you have your LVN, your RN.
Wow.
So it's like this.
It's like the top
with dentistry.
Oh, dentistry.
Yeah. So I used to see patients. I used to finish their root canals, do their crowns. I actually used to do crowns. We had a machine where we used to do crowns too. So a little bit of everything, assisting, share side with doctor, like a little bit of everything. And
so you enjoyed doing.
I loved it. I loved it, and I just been like a people's person.
Yeah.
So I always like to interact with my patients back there. And I used to interact with them a lot with them, guide them and educate them through the process of what I was doing. Okay, like right, we're doing a crown. Okay, this is what I'm doing right now. Like I'm doing the core. I'm gonna take the impression and just walk them through the step. Because already as it is, no one wants to go to the dentist.
No, nobody likes to go.
So it's like, well, why don't I just help them at least kind of feel a little bit more relaxed?
Comfortable, and explain the process, what's going to happen in that moment.
Yes, yeah.
And we feel more confident going and saying that, this is going to happen, this. And
Yes. Yeah, so got my EF, and then I've always been the type of person, like, we've known each other for quite some time now.
Yeah.
And I feel even now, I'm always looking, what's next? What can I do? I want to be better.
I've seen
like I'm just never settled.
Yeah.
And I always do ask myself, like, am I ever gonna be like, am I ever gonna just settle and be okay? Like, yeah, through them, because of the responsibilities that I had. But then also, I've always went out of my way to take courses. How can I lead someone when I'm not even leading myself? So I feel like I've always had to lead by example,
yes.
Right? So correct. I always, I started reading books, the John Maxwell, great. Yeah. He's, all his books are amazing, and he focused a lot on leadership. So John Maxwell, you definitely want to look into that book. All of his books are amazing. My husband and I, we actually went to a couple of the Tony Robbins events as well. Great, amazing leader as well. So he helps you see things in a different perspective. So every time I will go to these events, or every time I will read books from John Maxwell, I will always pour that into my team. I believe that's what we need to do more often. Like even, and again, thank you for having me here in this podcast, because sometimes, I mean, I forget. Sometimes I feel like I'm even too hard on myself at times. Like, well, what have I really accomplished? And then when I really look back into time, I'm like, wow, like I have accomplished a lot. But sometimes we're too hard on ourselves that we just kind of focus on okay, what's next? Whatever I will learn at those courses that I went to, and I will implement it. So even my team was super excited to see me back when I will come back from those events, because they know I have so much to give and so much to pour into them, because I want them to be also leaders. I don't determine.
And that's how you create a big team with leaders.
Yeah.
And you guys are going to succeed in this career, this company, because you guys all become leaders.
Mm-hmm. Because I believe that, even if you were to put me to work at McDonald's flipping burgers, I know I'm going to be the best person in flipping those burgers, because I tell myself I'm going to be the best at whatever I do, right? Yes. So a lot, and why I say that is because we have to work on our mindset. And I feel like that's what I always focus on, like really like being positive. Like, hey, I'm going to be the best person in flipping those burgers. Guess what? I'm telling the universe I'm going to be the best flipping burgers.
And you are going to be.
Yes. So, but if you're going to give it a try, and I'm going to see if maybe I can be the best person, really, if those that's not going to happen. So we have to be positive. Like we have to do our part too. And that's one of the things that for me a lot, it was the self-development. I was huge on self-development, still up to now. I'm huge on being giving that information to the next person. It doesn't matter. To me, titles don't matter. It doesn't matter if you're a manager, regional, if you're a business owner, if you're an assistant, if you're the janitor. At the end of the day, we're all the leaders, and we all have that within ourselves.
Yes. I agree on that.
Being surrounded with the right people.
With the right people.
That's actually going to help you see that from what you already have inside.
And that big vision, right?
Yes. I didn't see myself just as an employee with this company. I treated it like if it was my office. So therefore, that's why I self-developed myself to become the best version of myself, to be able to lead the next person. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, it was not my office, but I knew I wanted it. If I ever left, I knew I wanted to leave a good person that's going to take care of the office, like if it was theirs as well. Because, and I know I mentioned I did dentistry for 20 years and 17 boats, because 17 years I worked with the same company.
Oh, okay.
And 17 years later, I decided to make a move. I was offered an opportunity, and it was a private office. So I was always in corporate. So when I was offered to work into a private office, back then they had 4 offices. Wow. And I took the opportunity, and my role was going to be a little bit slightly different. It was going to be more like managing the 4 offices that they had back then. And again, I believe that everything that happens in our lives is to get us ready for the next
step, right?
Yes. Because I do think about it. Sometimes I'm like, well, why would I really attend to all those Tony Robbins events? Why would I invest into so much? But it's because all of that was, like I was put with that team to sharpen me and get me better for what it was really coming in the future. Because I was not planning on leaving that company. I was planning on being there until I retired. Because I like long term. I don't like to hop from jobs to jobs. I also learned a lot. At the end of the day, we're all humans, and we work with a lot of different personalities, right? But I do remember that I had a lot of setbacks too when making certain decisions and making a move and things like that. Right? People will kind of try to feed they don't really feed us positive. It's more like
negative. Why is it always negative?
Like instead of like, I wish you the best, like, well, hopefully it works. It's like, but at the end of the day, I could have either listened to that, but I decided to run with that. So if anything, that gave me more like fuel to be like, I'm not
take
coming
that
back.
challenge. Take that. What this person told me this and this, and I'm gonna prove not just to him but to myself.
Exactly. Yeah.
That it's gonna be my way.
Yes. Yeah, because again, then I worked at this private office. I was there for 4 years, and at the end of the day, I feel like I was still working for someone. I was like, I wanted to have something for myself, a legacy that I could leave for my kids, for my family, if God forbid something was to happen to me. Because and this is the way I see it. No matter what position you have, what title you have, what company you work for, at the end of the day, we're still a number.
We're still a number. That's
so something happens, our job is not secure.
Yeah.
and I realized that during COVID times, because during COVID is when I was still working at the first corporate company, and they furloughed thousands of people. Wow. They let go of thousands of people. They let go furlough. So I remember I was one of the, like, I guess you could say lucky, but not lucky at the same time. I was lucky enough to stay. They kept me. But then also I was exposed to, to a lot of people coming in. And that's when I realized.
Were you working like more hours?
Not necessarily working more hours, but we were supposed to only see certain like emergencies. We were seeing more patients sometimes than what we were really seeing on a regular basis when we had all the employees. So that's where I'm like, well, like, I think it's overworking us, and I feel like there's nothing. And it's not always about the money, but it's like more caring for the people that are working to lift up these offices while tough times like this. And I feel like, yes, like we were overworked with no compensation. And that's kind of when the other opportunity offer opened. It was not easy. Again, I gave like a 2-month notice, and I know normally it's like 2 weeks or something like that. I gave like 2-month notice. I'm like, I'll train you whoever you want me to train you.
But I mean, that talks good about you, because you were still willing to, what's it called?
Like train?
Train, yeah. You're willing to train other people, because there's people that are like, oh no, I'm just going to leave like that. I'm not going to train, or pay me more if you want me to train. And I mean, that talks really good about you too.
Yeah, no, for me, it's like the more I can duplicate myself through someone else, the better. And for me, I've always, I like to be part of someone's growth too. So I'm not going to hold you back. Like even if it's wherever it was, like, I feel like if I know, I'll share my knowledge to them. I want them to become the best version of themselves. Because again, there's a lot of people that have so much talent, but they're not utilizing their talent.
No, they're selfish, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna just take it to myself. And
there's a lot of people. Yeah, there's a lot of people that I've known that, yes, they know a lot, but they don't share their talent with someone else. But then there's also a lot of people that they have talent within themselves, but they don't know that they have that. So it's our job as leaders to really sharpen that and see what are they good at, so they can have an explosion and become the best version of themselves.
Yeah, I agree.
But I believe for all of this, it's a lot of reading books, mentorship, having a mentor. I've had mentors throughout my career.
That's good.
Yeah. So, and then just attending to courses, either online or in person. I believe that's huge as well. Because, yeah, I mean, and again, then I did 20 years of dentistry, and it didn't stop there,
It's still,
and it didn't stop there. So, I had a conversation with my husband. I was like, there has to be something that we can own ourselves, something that belongs to us, that we can leave a legacy for our kids. So, so we decided I decided to part ways from dental. I've been away from dentistry for 3 years now. Yeah, 3 years. I still have my license active. I don't practice it anymore. Obviously, it was not easy to get that state license, having to take the test so many times. But we decided to open up our own agency. So that's when we decided.
And making that step, how was it?
So again, it was not easy.
Yes.
One, it's not easy because I don't have I knew I was not going to have a steady income. I was not clocking in or clocking out for anyone. I knew that becoming a business owner, it's something that you have to build with time.
And have a huge responsibility on you, right?
It is, yes, because now, there's, again, if you have, you have more responsibilities, right? Like more things to pay for, more, hey, like getting your clients now, right? Your own clients and stuff like that. So it was something that I really processed with my husband before taking the decision, and like, hey, where I'm unplugging completely from my career, starting something completely different, because I was good with teeth, but I've never really, money was not my thing. I mean, I know how to generate money, right? Because
Yes,
I like to work, but I didn't know how to really manage my money. So I believe that that's when then we start educating ourselves a little bit more. My husband and I, again, since I used to live paycheck to paycheck, we had a lot of debt. I did file for bankruptcy on my first home. So that's what I'm saying. Like, we all have a story, but what are you gonna make out of that story? Are you gonna te vas a hacer, like, what is it called? Like the,
La
oh,
víctima.
poor me,
Yeah, poor
yeah,
me.
the victim. Like, oh,
Never
poor
be,
me. Like,
never be a
like,
victim.
my credit is messed up already. Like, I live paycheck to paycheck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so no, like, if anything, that's like the lowest I see myself. Like, okay, this is the worst I'm gonna get. Like, from here is nomás dale para adelante.
Ponte las pilas.
You have to, yeah. Well, either you choose. I chose to. Everybody can be a little different, but again, just being around the right people, it helps too. Because they stretch your mind. And I've been to so many rooms where I'm so uncomfortable, but being uncomfortable, this is something that I learned, is when you feel uncomfortable, it's it's when you're stretching the most. It's when the growth is happening. So it's like they said, it's the weakness leaving the body.
Wow.
Yeah. So I believe that I'm like, oh man, okay. Like, that's why I feel so uncomfortable. But again, if we don't get uncomfortable, then how do we supposed to get better? And yeah, I mean, I'm in business with my husband, and I believe that I remember when I decided to make the transition and leaving my my career, it was a tough conversation that I had with my boss then. And same thing, I gave them like a 2-3 month notice. I was like, I'll train you whoever you need me to train. If you guys need me after I leave, and it's like, if
you were there
getting hiccups, I can help them. Like, I don't mind. I'm just a phone call away. What's gonna hurt me getting on a phone call? So I was open to that, but I do remember that I had a lot of people telling me, like, are you sure you want to do this? Like, try to, like, convince me to not leave my job. Because I was making good money. I was making really, really good money. But
it wasn't for the money that you... Oh, okay.
For me, it was like, because I knew the money was going to come regardless by doing the right thing. And I believe that comes in anything in life. When you focus on just the money, like, then you're doing things for the money. And that's not good. But when you're doing it for a biggest purpose,
yeah,
that's powerful.
Yes, that's
because
really
then
powerful.
Money is it's going to come.
It comes and goes.
What. Yes, but yeah, I remember having people telling me, like, no, like, what, you're gonna leave dental? That's all
20 years?
You've been doing that for 20 years, like, that's all you're good at. And I was like, really? Like, and I could have either decided to listen to those people, or decided to, what, I'm gonna make this happen no matter what it takes. I know that at least I know I tried, and that's why we're having this little cafecito. Faith over fear.
Wow, that's a good message.
Faith over fear. And yours?
And rise and pray. What do we do in the morning? We rise, and the first thing that we're supposed to do, pray.
Yes.
Pray, give thanks to God for the day that we're good in opening our eyes, family for what we have, for our house, for our food to be blessed, and our work, to be honest.
Yeah. And then this one, I chose a faith over fear, because I believe faith is stronger than fear. And sometimes we don't make certain changes in our lives, or we don't want to take a certain steps because of fear. because we're scared. Like, what if it doesn't work? What if, well, I don't want to die. What if? I want to try and give it my 100%. But also, don't let faith just do all the work. No. We need to do our part too.
Take that step.
We need to take that step. We when I then decided to move forward and build this business with my husband now, I did one, first, that we were financially steady now, so we were financially okay to be able to make that transition. For in case it didn't work, we had a backup plan financially. You don't want to you can't start it with not having a financial background, but again, or a financial plan. But again, we had a family, we have our kids, right? So we have to be careful on how we make,
on your decisions,
how we approach
your steps, yes.
This decision. Correct. Yes, because we're literally just dropping an income 100% to jump in and do this business 100%. Correct. So, but again, we knew, I knew that, hey, if I leave that, there's no going back. Like, that's the way I see things all the time. Like, whenever I leave, if I left a job or if I leave something, it's going to be for better. It's going to be for better. But I've always said that to myself. It's just my mindset. Like, because sometimes they say, oh, is the grass greener on the other side? Well, you're not going to know unless you go out there and try it. Either if I fail, I want to be able to blame it on myself, or if I win, I want to make sure I blame it on myself too. So we decided, yes, to move forward and start this business together. And because of the mindset that I have, and I knew that we're gonna make it work no matter what. Yes, we've been in business now. Obviously, we had our goods and we had our downs, like anything else. I mean, in business, I believe it's different now. But if anyone, I've had people ask, like, will you go back and do dentistry?
Would you? No?
No. I believe once you experience that, like, I don't know, like, not really freedom. I mean, yes, it's freedom, but in a different way, because sometimes, like, oh yeah, you have, you have more freedom. You don't have more time. Oh, yeah, they do say, like, a lot of people are like, I want to be a business owner because I'm gonna have more time. Not necessarily. Like, we don't have more time, because we all have the same amount of time. It's what we do with our time, right? So even on our kids, like, oh, I'm gonna have a balance, my lifestyle balance. No, for us, we integrate our business into our lifestyle. So, like, for example, our kids, when they're on vacation, I know it just happened. The last vacation that they had was spring break, was it?
Spring break, yeah, spring break.
And, we're so busy in the business too that I completely forgot that it was spring break. But because we are able to run our business from anywhere we go now, we booked Airbnb. We went to Rosarito and we're running our business from Zoom. So, and our kids were with us. So now we integrate our lifestyle into our kids.
Make it a little bit more easier.
Yes, because I believe there's no balance. There's really no balance. It's just being able to integrate your business with your kids' lifestyle, and it's fun, and we make it work. The kids know the business that we're in, and they understand. We get them very involved whenever we have our events. They're with us as well. My oldest, my 14-year-old, he's a little bit more.
And you open their mind too.
Well, he's turning 14 next week, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, June 13. But my 13-year-old, he opened up his own business.
Wow,
he does his retail selling.
Wow.
He does retail selling online. And I believe it's a lot because of what he has learned through the environment and the circle that he's been when he goes with us to the meetings and things like that. Oh. So it stretches his mindset, and
he's already starting young, really young.
Yeah. He's I mean, I'm like, how do you even start an online business?
Yeah.
Now he's teaching me something different. So I'm just like his driver. Can you drop me off? Or he ships out to other states too.
Yeah.
So can you ship this out to a different state? So guys, that's what I'm saying. Like, what you decide to do, it's gonna be an impact for someone else's life as well. Like here, correct. Yes, I believe that We have impacted a lot, even in our own family and our own kids. But you will have a lot of negative people throughout your life that are they're going to tell you can't do it, or just there's more negativity than positive stuff that people are going to tell you.
It's always like that negative.
Yes.
And you're like, why don't they tell me something positive?
Yeah.
But that's on you that you want to take that step, or what you want to take with you, that negative or that positive that you want to do.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I believe that a lot is just self-development and reading books. I know you're reading books now too.
Yeah,
so
I'm reading. I never liked reading books. Even in school, I never. And now, on my age now, all the things that I didn't like, I'm doing them now. And I realize and say to myself, I talk to myself and say, where were you, Carla? Like, you had other things in your mind when you could have had all this knowledge of what the books, because there's messages in the books that give you, and then open your mind.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's never too late.
It's never late. It's never late.
And now, I mean, I could use that for my kids.
Exactly. Yes. So, and that was honestly one of the things that kind of little bit like stopped me at the beginning to go like full into our business, because I'm like, oh, I'm already like in my late 30s. Like, do I really want to start like something new? And then I was like, no, it's never too late to reinvent yourself and do something better. And again, is it going to be better? You don't know
until you take that step and you try it.
Until you actually take action and you do it. Yes. But one of the things that really has helped me a lot, and I know we were talking about this earlier, it's like you have to work a lot. We have to work a lot in our mindset. So one of the things is like, okay, first thing in the morning, most of us, what we do is grab our phones and start going onto social media, or maybe start replying to people that message you. The thing that we should be feeding ourselves, like our mind, it's, well, first waking up, like for me and my husband, we're both alike. We're to be grateful for what we have, or for what we don't, or for what we don't have, for probably for what's coming. But be very grateful, because sometimes we forget even the little things. And I believe just waking up with gratitude, it makes a big difference in your day.
Big difference.
And I know we talked about like the breathing method, right?
Do exercise of meditation, breathing exercise, and that would focus on your intuition and your purpose or your task that you want to do, or for your future. And that's something great, that how she was saying there's little things that we don't focus on, those little things. And those little things are important.
Yeah. And it's true, that also, I know I'm huge on doing vision boards.
Oh,
so
okay.
Every year.
I've never done a vision board.
Oh, you never done a vision board? Oh, really? Okay, we're going to do, we have to do one this year. Yeah, but every year, actually this year we did too, because I got together with Maria and she had a vision board.
Yeah.
Yes, but I love vision boards. I've been doing vision boards for the past, maybe 5 years plus.
Okay.
And everything that I put on my vision board, a vision board is for you to like really like, you're already talking in existence. Like, that is what
that it's happening, right?
Yes, literally everything. Like, I remember when I did my vision board, it's like, okay, I want to be a business owner. I had I was dressed differently on that picture.
Yes.
It was no more scrubs.
Yeah.
Family trips with our family. Being able to take my parents too, because my parents have always been my number one supporter in my career and then now in my business. So now, we are able to take them with us to trips and just pay for their stuff, because before we weren't, from living paycheck to paycheck to
you guys couldn't afford to do that, right?
And as much as I wanted to, like, we just couldn't. Financially, we couldn't do that. But now being able to take our parents to trips, being able to do things for the community too.
Wow, yes.
And I believe that you just have to give without having to expect. And the reason why I relate a lot our
with
business into my career, what I used to do, we work a lot with people. You know, we work a lot with people. We also train a lot of agents in building their agency. So a lot goes hand in hand also with our clients. We educate them. Now it's not educating them like I used to before with the teeth numbers and the crowns. Correct. And the fillings. It's yeah. More like financially, you know, they're more, we're talking about money now. But I believe that everything in life that our path and everything that we get put into, it's for a reason. And I would say, don't let someone take your future. Like, you build your own future. And if it's I wouldn't say just let's just try it out. No, you gotta say and say, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. And
I'm gonna be this person.
Yes,
right?
You have to. And that's why, like, in those vision boards, I will put trips, specific trips that we want to go to. So
you would, this vision board, you put pictures and then writing? Or it's just
pictures, okay. But sometimes you can do writings too. If you want a certain type of pet, okay, put your little pet right there. If you want certain income, put your income there. Like, you literally just telling the universe, this is what and you're gonna attract it. You might not attract it right away, like in months or years, but it will come. Because I was literally just checking my vision board with my husband a couple of days ago, and I'm like, wow, like, check mark this, check mark, like, just check mark a bunch of stuff. And again, I believe that has to do a lot with us really, us as humans, really, like, okay, not just macking pictures in there, like, versica, you know, like, no, it's really, hey, here's this picture, this is the meaning of this picture. It's gonna happen because it's gonna happen. No, I don't know how it's gonna happen, but we're gonna make it happen. Yeah. So a lot is the mindset, you know, just being stay positive, even on the worst days. I believe we have to just stay positive and just always live with gratitude.
And I wanted to ask you, is it true that who do you group with or be with, or does that influence a lot with how you're on your path for this future?
Well, I believe that, like, for example, like, say I know people actually just hurt when someone shared the story with me a couple of days ago. This person grew up like in the ghetto, you know. Oh, okay. They grew up family abused. Like, this person, most of his family members, they're like either in drugs or they're the parents were abusive to the mom and stuff like that, right? Physically and verbally. So why I'm sharing this is because this person was sharing with us the other day that he could have chose to go that route, right? Correct. And because that's a victim mentality. Like, hey, well, I was raised with the
these
parents
bad habits, or this.
My cousins, they're selling drugs. Like, let me hustle for some money. But this person actually decided to take that in a way like, no, I'm not like them. Like, I'm gonna take a different way. I'm gonna take it to a different way where I'm gonna be the best version of myself, and I'm gonna implement. So now when they sell drugs and stuff like that, his cousin, like, he used those selling skills to his business now, and he has a very successful business. Wow. in the insurance industry. But why I share that is because, yes, it has to do a lot with the people that you hang out with. Okay. It could be good or it can be bad. If you hang out with bad people, then you could be like, well, if there's two bad people, you could be the third one, right? Correct. Or you could decide to not be the third one and just
get those, how you said this person got the skills, but in a different of a career that he wanted, right?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, because sometimes I'll talk to people and they're like, well, I'm just like my dad, or I'm just like my mom. Well, why can you, like, be your own self? Like, don't be like your mom.
Someone
don't be
else.
Like your dad.
Do
like,
yourself.
Do yourself. But I do truly believe, like, if you hang out with people that are always uplifting, that want better for you, that are having those crucial conversations, that are talking about how to better their lives, how to be a better father, how to be a better mother, like, those conversations, you want to be around those conversations, because even if you didn't probably think like that, now being around that circle, it's going to make you see things differently. Like, what? You are able to change. You are able to be a better person. So I do believe hanging out with the right crowd or the bad crowd. It can you will be the third. If there's two bad person, you'll be the third one.
There's a possibility.
So that's why choose your circle
Your
wisely.
circle.
I choose to be with with wiser people because I want to feel uncomfortable. And even up to now, sometimes, I mean, you saw me earlier. I got a phone call that I was not too happy about, but
Yes.
it doesn't make me feel uncomfortable. But I still call that person back, right?
Correct.
So, and it still happens. Even me, where I don't believe, and I do not consider myself at all perfect. I believe we're all in different seasons in our lives, and just being around the right people will
and it's
guide
part
you
of growth, right?
Definitely, yes. It's part of growth. So we are with Experior Financial, okay?
Okay.
But Experior Financial is, you could say, it's like our broker company.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so but the name of our agency is called TFS. So Through Failure and Success.
Wow.
And the reason why we decided to name it Through Failure and Success is because we have been through, I believe we've gone through a lot of failure to get into to build the success that we have now. But again, I believe that a lot has to do with how we have conducted ourselves and running the business. But yes, like I did mention, our business has grown 3 times faster than it did with our when we first started with the prior firm. I believe that happens when you have the right systems, when you have the right support, and at the end of the day, for us, we're really focused on doing what's right for our clients. We believe in educating and giving them what their goal is, based on their goals, so what they're looking for. Versus having to chase money. And that's how we like to conduct our agency. Our agents, we obviously mentor them as well. So I believe that's why a lot that I've learned throughout my 20 years of my dental career, I've been able to implement those leadership skills into our business now.
Wow.
Because we work with a lot of people, and there's a lot of different characters. And that's why I believe that learning the self-developing yourself, reading books, it really helps you understand other people's perspectives, other people, the way they think, the way because there's people that, and this was even in my dental career, I remember that there's people that like to get recognized in a group of the rest of the team.
Yes.
There's people that they're more private, so hey, just tell me thank you or whatever you're gonna do behind doors, because I don't want to get I get shy or whatever the case might be. There's people that are more reserved, there's people that are more open. So just getting to really get to know the person's but imagine if you have both, a really good food and really good service.
You recommend people, and that's how you grow.
And that's how you build your business, And I believe that that's what really has helped us a lot. I know it's like real estate too. I know sometimes they sell leads and stuff like that. Or with us, up to now, we haven't had to purchase leads, but because we work our business through word of mouth, through referrals, So that's really how we have been able to build our business. I believe the experience of the client is what's more essential, and the information that you provide to them and doing what's right for them. And that's how you're going to build a business no matter what.
And answer their questions.
Yes.
Right?
And then also, I mean, you could probably ask some, like I know some of my clients, they will tell you, hey, if they call me, whatever time they text me, like I'm answering. So that's what difference between, because sometimes the service, if you do come across any questions, any time of the day, we're basically open 24 hours. Wow. So it's not like calling. I know there's some companies out there that they say, oh, well, I get, for example, a life insurance, and they only charging me $10, for X amount. Okay, but for this company, when you need a service or have questions about your policy, who do you call? Oh, there's a 1-800 number. Okay, and when you dial that 1-800 number, then it tells you, okay, if you have a question for this, press 1. If you have a question for it, press 2, right?
That's the worst,
so that's
to be honest.
The difference. That's with us, we are a personalized agent to you. So we are at your service for any questions that you might have. You could contact us directly through our phone or email or text. So we're pretty flexible when it comes to that. But again, we represent a lot of companies. So it's not like we only have one product that we're going to offer you. We have options.
Wow,
so we're going to do
great.
what's best for you, depending on your financial status as well. You know, how much are you contributing once a month, or so we work on if there's clients that have health conditions as well. So we're able to work around their health.
So you guys
conditions.
have a lot of options, not just limited options.
No, yes, we have over 50 companies that
Wow.
we represent, but we work like with the 5-7 companies, top companies that I know that some of them been around for over 100 years.
Wow.
One person show. I believe it's a team effort. So yes, we do have an amazing team, and but I believe having systems in place, it's what really has helped us a lot, and having the trust of the people too. People that we have come across with, obviously they see that we're not here to make a transaction. We're here to guide them and help them on what they need, and therefore, because of that, they refer their families, they refer their friends. So we're grateful for our clients as well. Yeah.
Tell us one word that describes that would describe leadership in your process, in your transition.
One word that describes leader?
Yeah.
In one word?
Yeah. Or two. Or something simple.
To
To become a leadership.
Stay coachable.
Wow.
Yeah, stay coachable. I believe that I do consider myself a leader. I believe all of us here are leaders, but I believe that also that we always have to stay coachable to learning, to always expanding our mindset, to always self-developing and taking courses, reading books. So I believe staying coachable and not acting like, oh, already I'm making 6 figures already, like I got it all, like I'm good.
That's it.
Yeah, no, we always have opportunities to learn. It's different challenges, like even now in our business where we get some challenges too, that sometimes we're like, well, oh, like, why do we have to go through this? But it's part of growth. It's part of, because I know we're getting to the next level of our business. So you cannot stay the same. And, well, God has a bigger purpose for you. And I know that we're expanding and we are going into the next level in our business. So therefore, we're going through those challenges. Again, it's seasons that we have in our lives, right?
Yes.
That I believe everything is meant for a reason. And has everything been easy? Absolutely not.
No, nothing is easy in this world.
Nothing's easy. So people will see our success now, and they see that we're running a business, is being successful, and we're able to do things for the community and things like that. But it hasn't been easy. We've gone through a lot of stuff within the business and our growth and stuff like that. That I believe that is something essential that we have to go through to be able to go to the next step. But I've enjoyed every single moment of it, because I don't see problems as problems. I see problems as a gift. So it's a gift that we're given, so that way we can
learn from that
and become a better person.
What do you think when people say that's the wrong decision that you have done, doing a business with your husband? What do you think?
I believe that people are gonna talk.
Of course,
people are gonna say
like
what they want to say.
Uh-huh.
But at the end of the day, we have to have a strong mindset. And I believe that when you have that strong mindset, it doesn't matter what people tell you. You're gonna make the decision that your heart's telling you to do. And when I first started into this journey and into our business, the people that I thought that they will help me the most,
that you would have support,
that
right?
I will have support, that hey, can I run an appointment with you, just to kind of sharpen my skills and teaching that person on what I was going to be doing, right? So it's more like help me out, so because it's like I was sharing with you earlier, like I could watch so many courses, I could do so many classes on Zoom, or I could go in person, I could watch podcasts, I could read so many books, but if we're not implementing it physically to someone, you're only gonna be so good if you're not actually speaking it. So therefore, that's why I needed the help. Like, hey, help me to practice my
your skills.
Like what I'm going to be presenting to my actual clients, like
Yes.
the products, like how we're going to do this, or how to submit an application, things like that. So I just needed the help from someone to just give me, 30 minutes of your time. Let's hop on a Zoom and then let me show you what I'm going to be doing. Not necessarily for them to do it, but maybe they could come across someone down in the future that they can potentially become a referral client to us. Or just simply for them to learn something new.
Yes.
At the end of the day, it's just for them for their own benefit too. But long story short, most of these people that I reached out to, oh, I don't have time. Oh no, I can't. I'm not interested in that. Like how can you not be interested in wanting to learn something that's going to benefit you in the long run in your financial decisions? But again, it's like I was sharing with you earlier, but when I remember before I started into we used to have parties in our home, and like there I would have everybody and plus more.
And they would be the first people there, right?
But sometimes in life, if you want to go to the next level, or not the next step into your life, sometimes you have to cut off certain people from your circle. People that, instead of lifting you up, they're going to bring you down. So we decided to burn all boats.
Yeah. And it's hard, to be honest. It's hard this year. It has been a little hard for me that I experienced something like that I thought I had the support. I was thinking that everything was fine, and then something happens, boom, and it's not what you expected. And it's something that you grow and you open your eyes and you say, do I want to keep this person in my life? Or do I just leave? Or do I stay, give her a chance? And it's something that I think that when you know someone is not going to do good for you or your future, or has as a friend to at least talk, move forward. Like, don't go back. That's how I think. If it's not that it's gonna benefit you, but it's like when someone keeps giving you like bad vibes or bad comments and putting you down, why would you want to stick something to that? Right?
Yes.
You want to go move forward. You have your mind, your purpose, your future, and I think that you have to let them go. And it's hard because it's like having like a husband, boyfriend, because you open the doors for these people, because not for everyone you open the door in your house, right? Correct?
Yes.
So it's hard letting go, but we grow from this.
Yes. Yeah, so there's actually a book that I read. It's by Patrick Bet-David, and it's called Choose Your Enemies Wisely.
Wow.
Okay.
I need to read that book.
Choose Your Enemies Wisely by Patrick Bet-David. So that book is really, really good because, we do not necessarily like an enemy. It's like an enemy, like where it's a bad person, but that person, can be like your enemy in a sense, but not in a bad way. But you guys have to read that book. It's a really, really, really good book to help you understand that sometimes we do need those like enemies to help make us be a better version of ourselves. So for example, like I was sharing with you, when I used to have this party, every home parties
weekend in your house,
even if I'm sure if I would have done it every weekend I would have probably had someone there. But the minute I decided to shift and be a better version of myself, be open up my own business, that circle went from like this to like this.
In
Quick,
right?
instant.
Wow.
So that really, it showed me and it taught me a lesson. And at the end of the day, I believe that, there's different seasons in our lives where I was ready to move on in the next season in my life, but then those people probably that didn't even give me the opportunity to show them what is that I was going to be doing, and that they just shut me down like that. I believe that they were not, it wasn't ready for them to.
And it was not meant for them to be in your life because of your vision that you had.
Yeah, right? And there's nothing wrong, but I love that because I'm very caring, and I get attached to people very quickly. I did make a change in myself where I used to care a lot what people had to say.
Yes.
I care a lot on what people are gonna say, like, am I gonna do it right? Are they gonna be happy? Are they not gonna be? Are they gonna be okay with the decision?
It's about you.
You have to do what's best for yourself and for your family. Because at the end of the day, that's the only people that
are gonna stay with you.
They're gonna
care about and stay with you.
Yes. So when you're too focused on what other people's thinkings are, or if you're gonna be in good terms or not with them, at the end of the day, that's very that it doesn't matter, because they're not going to be paying your mortgage, they're not going to be paying your bills. So you have to do what's best for you and your family at the moment. So we did have to burn that circle.
No more.
I choose to be, and it's like I said, we have to be selective with the people that we choose, because yes, what you are is what you're going to attract.
Yes. I do believe in that too. Mm-hmm. And it's hard, but it's part of our life and the process and everything.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Was your husband supportive of making this decision on doing a business together?
So I do have to give it to my husband, because he's actually the one that pushed me more into like, hey, let's move on, let's open up our new business. So he's been very, very supportive since day one. That, I mean, I can't even argue that. If anything, I was the one like, no, but I like what I do, which I did love what I did. I mean, I did it for 20 years. That's my passion and everything. But then when say, well, we're gonna do this together, and we're gonna grow something big, and just for me, it was more being able to raise my kids, because when I used to work in dental, yes, I was making good money too. I was very successful in running. At that time, I had 5 offices, so the offices were growing. It was great, but I was taking too much time away from my family and my kids. I wouldn't be able to have my kids in sports. My mom was raising my kids.
And it's difficult because your kids grow without having you in the picture, right?
Yes. So that being able to have our own business now, okay, we arrange our schedule based on our kids' activities. Now we can have our kids in sports. I'm a soccer mom too. Aww. So whoever is soccer parents out there, your weekends they're gone, Yeah. So that's us right now. Of course, there's appointments and things to be run. Then we split and conquer, my husband and I. So that's why I enjoy doing business with him. Because if I can't do it, then okay, he jumps in. It's like, here, we tag, and then okay, you're it.
And
now
you do it.
It's
right?
Teamwork, exactly. But for me, it's like, okay, I wanted to finish raising my kids. I didn't want my mom, although my mom's an amazing role model, I didn't want my mom to finish raising our kids. And having our own business, we're able to include our kids and have them be part of our business too.
And educate them.
Yeah, because even if you think your kids are not watching or they're not listening, trust me.
They are.
They're watching, they're listening. And why I say that, because even my little one, Noah, he's 8 now, but we got them so involved in when this was almost 3 years ago, so he was obviously smaller. But then even my son, which started his own business now, everything that we're doing, believe it or not, they're watching and they're listening. So yeah, my husband, yeah, again, he's been very supportive since day one, and yeah, we just team tag it together.
For your children and grandchildren in their life.
So the best legacy that I believe that I would love to leave to my kids, it's that mom never gave up. Mom always, she was always after what's next, being the best version of herself, being there for creating those memories with them. Yes, when we talk about legacy doesn't always necessarily means money, right?
Properties or materialists.
Which that I know they're gonna get because they're taking over my business when we're gone, right? Yeah. So that's a no-brainer. Like, they're gonna take over our agency. They'll have whatever, because we do have our living trusts and stuff in place. But a legacy that I want my kids to remember their mom as, like, hey, my mom was a hardworking person. She always did her everything possible to be able to run the business and be able to raise them, be there at their soccer games, be there whenever they needed me the most. I want to be able to leave that memory for my kids. So I believe that's a legacy that is more than just something material.
Yes, and that they're going to implement in their life or future, and with their children and their grandchildren. What you teach them, they're going to teach it.
Yes. So, yeah, so whenever they start building their family tree, Grandma Mari is up here, and she started from here, and now she was here.
And that's a motivation. To be honest, that's a motivation. When you first invited me to this event, I went and I was like, okay, what were we going to say? And when I saw you up there and then talking about your life, like, you really inspired me of how your life went through career and then to something different. And the word scared, it's big, because we all in our process, in our future, we pass through fear that is it going to work out or not, but you took the initiative to make that step. So that was like, because I was in that transition that, should I do this or not? No, if I always done this, I think, but my husband would push me like, no, Carla, you have to do this, And I was like, he's right, but I don't know. I would have doubts. And when I saw her giving that speech, it was like an open eyes, and it was like, boom, Carla, you need to take that step. So she really inspired me, and that's why she's here, because if she inspired me, she's going to inspire these women that have fear, and not just women, men too, but we're more like scared to go out there or take more action in our steps or in our process or about our future or whatever. So that really motivated me to do it.
Yes, thank you. And that's really it's, thank you for sharing that. But sometimes I don't really share my story much, because again,
and it's a long story.
It's a long, and todavía falta más. But it's like we kind of cropped all this other stuff, right? But it's sometimes we don't pause to really think about, like, everything that we have gone through to accomplish what we have. Yeah. And sometimes I'm like, well, I mean, it's just me. Like, it's just how, like you're saying, how can you be impactful to someone else's life, right? Yes. But I believe that that sometimes, yes, hearing it from someone else, it's different, because I always thought, like, well, how can I start something like that? The way I used to see it is like, that's someone that is for someone that's young, that they're in their 20s, like, no, not like me. I'm already kind of like halfway through my life, right? Yeah. But it's never too late to reinvent yourself. It's never too late to become the best version of yourself. And I believe now there's so much help and so much guidance anywhere I mean, you're in a click on the phone where you're able to get so
see.
much information. So it's not lack of information that we can get. It's just us that sometimes because of fear, like you mentioned, we don't let go of that to experience something better. And you know, sometimes it might not be for, well, I always say it's for better,
Yes.
because I don't like to say I'm gonna try. I'm gonna give it a try and see if a ver cómo me va. Like, no, I'm just more like, okay, we're gonna do it. There's no way back. Obviously, I have my reserves here, just in emergency, but I don't even think about that. I'm more just like, we're gonna move forward. We're gonna make this happen. I don't know how, but I'm not going back to that place. So I'm not gonna go back to be the same person that I was before. So a lot is working on your mindset, be very positive. Doing affirmations, believe it or not, affirmations really, really help. I do affirmations in the morning or as I'm
Yes.
driving. Like, you need to love yourself too. I know we have our kids, we have our husbands, and sometimes as mom, and I could speak this for the moms out
Yes.
there, we are to like focus on our kids and our husbands, right? But the last person that we care for is ourselves. And I did became a little, call it selfish, call it however you want to call it. I know a lot of people say, oh, you're selfish. It's not that I'm selfish, but I need to take care of myself for me to be able to provide that to my kids and to my husband. So if I don't love myself, if I don't take care of myself, if I don't grow myself mentally, then, and imagine I just give, because I used to be a giver all the time, just to everyone else except for myself. Now I still give, but I have to put myself first, okay? Because however you feel, it's what you're gonna translate to your spouse, and is what you're gonna translate to your kids, and the rest of the people that are around you. So sometimes we don't take care of ourselves until it's too late. Maybe we develop some type of illness or something, and then by then it's like, well, we could have probably prevent that if we really took care of ourselves. So I wouldn't call it selfish. I would say
Self-love.
self-love. Yes, self-love, so that way you are good enough and strong enough to be able to deliver and give more to your community, to your kids, to your spouse.
It's like, how can you give love if you don't love yourself?
Yes.
Right? If you don't know how to love yourself, if you didn't learn how to love yourself, how are you going to give that love to someone? You can't.
Yeah.
You first have to process in you the word love so you could give it out and they could receive it.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. That's really it. Yes. And that's something that it's not something that I always used to do. Always
Yes.
used to like do so much for other people, care so much for other people. And then me, I was kind of like, if I have time, then I'll take care of myself.
That was
Now
me
it's
too.
no me priority, and that doesn't make me any difference of not loving my kids or not loving my husband. Like they know I'm there for them. They know I love them. I show it to them and I tell them all the time. But they know that if mom's not good, then I'm not gonna be able to provide to them that love, that care, that whatever it is that they need.
Because the mom in a house, in a family, she's the main, like the tree, right? You're the tree that gives all this to your roots that are your children. So if the tree is not good, how these fruits are gonna how is these fruits are gonna be
like flourish.
Yeah, flourish. You can't. So the mom has to be good.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, it's the foundation.
Oh,
the
yeah.
roots. The roots of the tree. They have to be solid in there. And whatever comes, even if the wind goes by, that tree is not gonna get knocked down, right?
Yes.
So yes, that's very true. Because at the end of the day, our kids are gonna grow up. Our
Correct.
kids are gonna grow up, and they're gonna part ways. They're gonna build their own family. So the only person that you're gonna stay behind is your husband, your wife. If you're married. So like, and again, it's not that you have to, that you're selfish in a bad way by taking care of yourself first, but you gotta love yourself too, because you can't give love if you don't even love yourself. So yes, moms out there, if you feel at this moment, or you have felt in the past like, hey, no, but my kids are my everything. Like, I gotta provide for my kids. I gotta provide for my husband. Don't forget, like, love yourself too. Love yourself too, and don't feel bad loving yourself, because the kids are gonna grow up. The kids are gonna grow up, but
they're gonna leave, make their own life, and
you want to be the best role model for your kids.
Yes.
Where when they grow up, if they come across someone that's successful, and imagine, like, and that stuck with me one time too. Like, imagine, like, if my kids will tell me, like, hey mom, like, why are you not like that person that you saw on, I don't know, say on TV, right? That they're very successful. Why couldn't I? Well, yeah, why couldn't I, Like, what stopped me from being, because at the end of the day, we're all humans.
Yes,
we all
correct.
have the same brain, the same two hands, the same two legs.
Yes.
But what are you going to do with that? So I rather have my son or my kids tell me my mom is that person versus my mom could have been that person.
Yes. And that's a huge difference.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I believe a lot it starts from us. Love yourself. Don't let nothing stop you, even your kids. I mean, a great example was, well, my daughter. I love my daughter. I had her at a very young age, but she didn't stop me, or I didn't allow that to excuse me from being a successful woman and to become the person that I was meant to be. Mm-hmm.
Another question that I have for you, Maricela, is there any regrets during your journey to your own business that you have, or how do you take that?
So I don't see any no regrets. I believe everything that I have gone through, whether good or bad, is lessons that I've had throughout my lifespan of my years. So I don't think I wouldn't change anything, to be honest.
Want to educate yourself in financial needs. She also does workshops, right?
We do, yes.
So you do it every monthly, weekly, or?
We, for the most part, we do it once a month. Okay. I know we're having one in Marietta for the month of June. Okay. Sorry, for the month of July. We're having one in the month of July. Because it is, we're going to call it Financial Independence Month. Wow. Because it is 4th of July, Independence Month. So that's something that we always do, or that's something that we do and offer to the community. So we are having one in Marietta. I could also I'll share the information.
We'll share the information, how to contact her if you guys also want to educate yourself and get the training, and for you guys to learn something new also. This space was about, and I want to give thanks for being here, listening, and for joining us also in Cafecito con Fuego, and to say that it was an honor for you being here. I really appreciate it, because she's not just here. Well, yes, she's my guest, but we're friends, and I think it's a friendship, a good friendship that you don't find in anywhere. It's a value friendship. I consider it. And to say, give a message that keep growing, keep believing, and keep burning it, that fire. Is there any message that you want to say?
No, well, yes, thank you again for the space. Yeah. I mean, it's like you mentioned, finding someone that you really connect with.
Yes.
It's very
the connection. I think now the connection is so important.
Yes. And boy, I feel that connection with you since the day that we've met. So I appreciate you for opening up your basically your home here, your podcast, right? To me and the audience. But thank you also for the audience for allowing me to tell my story. And I hope that if you can take just a little bit of that and implement it into your life, I mean, that's something that we're here for. But yes, thank you again. Thank you.
And if you need financial services or life insurance or other agency or services, we'll be putting below her information if you guys need. And we want to close this as Cafecito con Fuego.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.